Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. And this is our tarot card readings that we are doing in the full moons for each and every month. And I will pick out your cards here, as you can see in this video. And afterwards, you are going to see me so that we can go through these cards together and explore the energy, because I'm an energy reader. There will always be timestamps available down in the description box for you. In this chapter, I will be providing full moon in Aries that will occur on Thursday, the 17th October. More of the information part of this full moon, and in the second part that we are getting into is the energy and how this month will show up in your 3D reality and what spirit wants you to know. As always, feel free to skip any part of this video that you choose to. But I want to do this part so that you can see that I'm actually picking your cards here. And then we're going to go through it because I like to sit in meditation a little bit so that I can feel the energies of the card that we have picked for you. Without any further ado, let's just get into this full moon in Aries information astrologically. So this supermoon linked to Mars in Cancer, along with Pluto in Capricorn, will actually amplify the intensity. The theme of this full moon revolves around emotional expression and the healthy acknowledgement of sacred rage. Meaning, just like a pressure cooker, there needs to be some steam released so that it doesn't explode. It is healthy to release, in healthy ways, of course. We are finishing off the eclipse season. So this supermoon will be our actual fourth of this 2024. And it brings a significant energy that can help us face the challenges, especially in our collective psyche. It is all from the past collective, ancestral, mindly psyches that are left in the energy field that needs to be cleared and transformed. Like the sign of Aries, if there's a will, there will always be a way, because Aries never backs down from challenges and always rises up to the occasion, no matter what the obstacles are. But what we don't want to arise is our blood pressure, because it will be sensitive during this time and in the upcoming weeks. Maybe trying to drink a little bit of lemon water, because it's an efficient detox remedy and it will help significantly here. Lemon water will be a solid support to ensure that your inner fire is steady and directed towards the things that you truly want. Because again, Aries is connecting to the element fire, and therefore we want to keep that fire steady. It's an excellent opportunity to express your emotions now, because the Aries-Libra polarity emphasizes striking a balance between your wants and those of others. So it is advised to take your time before making any decision at this time, even though that your mind will be very active and your impulse may be to just run ahead. Stop just for a moment, okay? Pluto's energy is fully present now and will continue to move forward for a while, which is a sign that there are unresolved matters in our emotional baggage that needs to be addressed. The desire to win is strong in our Mars energy present, but Venus and Neptune's influence make us more compassionate and less inclined to fight. Unclog your jaw, align your spine, and just take a moment to pay attention to your inner voice. Instead of fighting, use this opportunity to reclaim your authority and to stand in the Aries energy of command, which will restore your sovereignty. Avoid wasting energy on situations that no longer serve you. Thank them for their past contributions and let them go gracefully. Remember, choosing your battles and practicing patience is a virtue. So our energy signature will be emotional dynamics. Most favorable signs is Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, Aquarius, Virgo, and Leo. Connecting planets, Mars, Chiron, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Sun, and Moon. And potential is letting go of any toxic situation in your life and doing so gracefully. Hope this message helps. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this energy reading for the full moon in Aries occurring at this month. Moving ahead, we are going to be checking in with the energies that will be present. Thank you for being here. If you're returning, if you're new one, this is a message here for you that Spirit wants you to see, because there is no coincidence that you clicked on this video. And we're always connected in some shape or form, but we are strongly connecting with each other in this energy field. I'm an energy reader, and I'm going to read this energy as accurate as possible. As always, use your discernment. Never forget that the power is always within you. You know best what is best for you. So trust yourself, my loves. Thank you for being here as always. And I never predict how or which spread that will be used in these tarot card readings. I just let it flow naturally from my higher self to what will resonate with you all that are watching these videos. And of course, these videos are always made of love. There is no energy that I will hold on to or use or abuse, because we are in this together, and it is important for me to tell you that you are valued and I honor you in this space, and this is a free giving and an exchange of love. So nothing here is done in a selfish way, because I don't want that energy in this channel at all. I want this energy here of an exchange that is free for those that are in situations where maybe we don't have those resources, and everyone gets to these transitions. And I'm a bridge reader, meaning that I always stand in the bridge between as above, so below. So I like to help the bridge gap between. And when you are reading the energy in the gap between, there is always this emptiness of having a lot of resources and sometimes not having resources at all, because you're supposed to learn your spirituality with the materialistic world and balance them out. And sometimes that balance is not always balanced. So therefore, I'm giving out these readings for free, and this is this is a spiritual gift that needs to be shared. So even if you have gifts, which I believe many of you have that are watching this video, please use those gifts no matter how it looks. And check out the rest of my videos that I have on this channel where I show different dimensions of how we are living through this life. So you can check out those videos to give you a little bit more different perspectives. I use tarot card readings because of my ancestors and my lineage of knowing and having that tool in the toolbox. So this is basically just a space where you can evolve your skills and where we share our skills of that we have given to us from our ancestors. So this is how I like to give back to the world. And I hope that this messages helps you, because that's the most important thing with these messages, for it to be light and fun and helpful, because when we go through this spiritual awakening in all of our different layers of existence, it is nice to be in a space where the mind doesn't take over and everything becomes seriously. Sometimes we need to just laugh and relax and enjoy. So that is what I hope to bring with my attention for these readings and this channel. So welcome into this tarot card reading, energy reading prediction for the month ahead on October the 17th. I believe that this Aries full moon will occur. And don't worry, I'm not leaving you out for those that like to have the new moon and that likes to do different rituals or to enhance with whether you use mantra or affirmation to bring in something to you, that's fine. But with my spirit team and in my meditation, I've asked, why should I focus on the full moon and not focus on the new moons too? Because I did readings for both the full moon and the new moon, and it basically came through that it is more important to let go, to empty out, than it is to fill in. So we don't have to manifest or attract something to us, because naturally when we release, which the full moons are for releasing and healing the dark mother, healing the dark aspects of us, balancing, and that was the energy of what the earth and everyone that lives in earth is needing to do. We are needing to connect with our darkness, to see it for what it is, to accept every part of us, and to embody the dark mother that is caring as the night gives us nourishment to rest. So we are working with the full moons here in these readings, but I always make short videos for the card of the day for the new moons. You can always check that out. And I always have the portal, which is in every month. So the next portal will be very powerful. It will be the 11 and 11 portal, which is very significant. So I look forward to see which card you will all get for that month ahead on November. Until then, now you know this information that I've gone through. Thank you for staying through that. I'm going to get into your cards because it's interesting. The spread is past, present, and future. This is how the cards were picked. And so I'm going to start with the past because we're here in our present, but I want to go through with the past energy here. Again, this could be energy of you connecting to you, and I will say some stories that will come through, but I'm focusing mainly on the energies, okay? So for your Ace of Wands here in the past, what happened in the past here for you all is that there was a spiritual awakening. It was, spirit was calling you. So some of you might have felt the pressure on your forehead because of this card that is so significant, but it also symbolizes the fire within. So the fire within was ignited and lighted within you for you to open your eyes to a reality that wasn't for how you've experienced life before. So it's like from a sleeping state to a state of being awake and seeing things in a complete different way. And this is what happened through the spirit. So it was nothing that you were pushing. I don't feel that energy at all. It's just something that organically and naturally happened to you here in the recent past. So in connection to this recent past, I feel for many of you, this is, and we're going through this in the full moon, and I see here a motherly energy. Many of you are healing an energy with a mother, specific for some of you, a mother that's been very cold, she doesn't see this energy, doesn't see a man as a that can contribute something. So it's an energy of, as a woman, nothing supports you. And when a woman is in this toxic energy, she doesn't teach her son or the man that she will raise to love a woman in that way. She actually raises him to disrespect women. But she doesn't know that. This energy believes that it is a protecting energy that she holds, but she actually makes the son even more toxic because she stands in this energy. So I feel for some of you, there is a healing. And why I say it in this way, it doesn't have to mean that if you are a male and you're watching this, that this can be your mother. It can be an imprinted from ancestors, because we are working in this full moon, particularly the energies are coming back from Cryon, the planets that are at place now that we are revisiting what our ancestors gone through as a collective in our psyche. We all have the same stories in different ways, because we all have this life that lived through our minds that we then did in the action, in the physical world, if that makes sense. So in the past, you've had to deal with a sort of energy of a mother. And because we haven't healed in this present moment these ancestral patterns of the dark mother, because it was seen as something bad. It wasn't transmuted as something positive. Just like when you are a mother, I'm saying this because I have the Empress card here, which is connected to mother and wounds. So when we are in the wound, we are in water, we are in darkness, and it's not a bad place. It's a cozy place. It's a safe space, but we have been collectively programmed that there's something bad associated with darkness, and it's not good or bad. It's just is, just like the seed is underneath the ground in darkness. It's not bad. It just is. It needs to be in that space, and it needs to grow from that space, and it needs to see itself from a different perspective later on to understand where it was. So therefore, we are connecting with the past now and revisiting what our ancestor went through so that we can see from their lens. They didn't have the same resources. They didn't have the same abilities to deal with things that we can do today that's very accessible. They had to go through things in a harder way. So this energy of having to, just simple thing as washing clothes, they had to go down to the water. Sometimes the water was cold to washing clothes, and it was difficult. They had to work with their hands. We, on the other hand, have a machine now, and it can be so convenient that we have it in our house. It can be a simple thing as transmuting that energy of your ancestor and not having a washing machine and had to wash their clothes in cold water, because we all don't have the benefits of living in an area where the weather is warm and we can wash our clothes warm. So it can be a very simple thing as that. And why I'm saying cold, because this card represents a cold woman. So that's why I'm connected with this cold water for some of you. And the interesting part here is, in the past, as you're awakening, you're going through this awakening, your Empress card, your feminine aspect of you nudges you to move forward, and you know that wherever you are, it's not right for you. This is what happened in the recent past week. Wherever you are, in your job, in a relationship, wherever you are in your family dynamics, something happens where you feel like your intuition is saying, this is not it. You're not supposed to be here. And this is the awakening happening here. It is the spirit nudging you, the universe saying to you, it is time for you to wake up. This is not meant for you. This is done here for you. And we've already read these energies for this full moon, that we're supposed to let something go that doesn't serve us. And it's exactly this thing from the past here. And why I'm saying this is because we have the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of illusions. There are a lot of things that we're hitting with this woman. And the same thing if you are elevated, because again, I'm reading as below, so above. So if you are as below, this is a physical woman, a mother, someone that is withholding information from you. And from a higher perspective, this is the darkness. So it is the dark mother. It is the dark mother that is keeping things hidden for you to discover them yourself. Just like in these cups, some things that we discover about ourselves, about the world, about how we view things, are those things that we viewed to be bad was actually good. And now, on the contrary, those things that we viewed was good here in the past are very bad for you all of a sudden. So it can be small shifts like that, that when darkness comes into light, it shifts perspective, and there are nuances all of a sudden there. I'm not going to give the mind some candies here, because the mind loves to make things very complex. And in this reading, really, the mind is supposed to take the back seat. It's not supposed to go in the front here, because this is what I'm reading in your energy. You're not supposed to stay in the mind. Not in that way that you're supposed to pick apart things. You're supposed to be in a more spiritual sense here. And what I want to say here is I'm seeing something that is very strange in your readings here. From the past, we have 2 sevens. From the future, we have 2 double sixes. So I read into Lisa Boswel. She has these different prediction of what double cards, triple cards, 4 cards of something in the tarot card reading actually means. And I've read about the 2 sevens, and it says that it is a beginning to see signs and message from God's spirit and the universe in your daily life. So a true love, a partnership in spiritual level, a twin flame. So immediately when I read this, there was a download coming through that we are connecting with soulmate energy. So from the past here, for some of you in your present moment, you are going to revisit or connect with your soulmate. So the soulmate is basically a runner and a chaser. So in a relationship, one starts to be the runner, and then if you're not familiar with it, then it becomes that the other person becomes the chaser. So one is receptive, the other one isn't. And then it switches, and one that was very receptive is now negatively towards it. So it becomes this dynamic that shifts between the twin flames, and the whole process is meant for each other to learn something, because you are one, but you have to separate and split up even more to be a man or a woman or 2 people, so that whatever gender it becomes, that it is that split that becomes the runner and the chaser. And we have a lot of this energy of twin flame right now. So many will reunite with their twin flame. And I'm saying that here because I feel there's a lot of love vibrations happening throughout this reading. And this is for you in the physical that's going through twin flames. For others of you that have elevated and are in higher states, this is you in spirit. You are connecting with your spirit. You are in love. You're falling in love with that sweetness within your spirit, that you have understood that you don't need someone else to complement you. It becomes naturally. So naturally for you too, you are finding something here. So many of you going through this with the 2 sevens here is that from the past, you are looking for this or you want this, and maybe this energy of this woman is blocking this. A motherly energy that is blocking, especially if you are a male here. This is a direction or pointing to you for you to be aware of it. And I think many of you got aware of it because we had the Ace of Wands. So it was a beginning of a discovery for you that many things were illusions. So this is your past energy here. So a lot of things are happening. And when we move on to the present moment, what is happening, your main card is the King of Swords. So if we look at this picture, I don't know if you can pick it up in the camera there, but we have a dragon. We have a dragonfly, a dragon and a dragonfly. It's a lot of dragon energy. Maybe you were born in the year of dragon for some of you, but we also have the crow and the owl. And the most interesting thing is with this card, what I was drawn to is that the owl is looking straight. And just the same way here in the past, the cow is looking straight. So for some of you, you have your spiritual animal that is the owl or a cow. So look into that. That's for some of you to connect. If you're connecting to the cow and it feels very home, so then look into the spiritual totem of the cow, because it will be very significant for you. For others of you, with this owl looking straight, you see he's looking away. He's very relaxed. None of these other animals are looking through the picture at us, okay? But the owl is looking straight. It's looking straight at me. So it feels like you might not be presently completely understanding what is going on, because you have the Empress here in reverse, okay? So when the Empress is upright, she's connected with her intuition. Presently, you're not connecting to your intuition, but it's not a bad thing because Spirit has your back here. Your owl is looking straight, and I feel that is your spirit. Your spirit is straight on the task. Whatever it is that you're doing presently and what will happen this month, your spirit is right there. Like you are fully protected in whatever it is that you're going towards, because you don't know. You're not supposed to know. And so this realization that happens here of not knowing is not tense. It is relaxed, because there are many of you that know in the past, because you've been connecting with your intuition, you know how this works now, because it's like a training ground. You get to understand your intuition and you get to practice, and then it disappears and you go a little bit more into darkness. But again, you're stepping out, and every time you step out, it's a practice ground. So Spirit is kind of practicing you into becoming in this new version. So you rock back and you rock forward, and every time that you rock back and forth, you're rocking into your new version of yourself. And in order to lead these parts of yourselves, and also these parts from your ancestral dynamics from the past, all the trauma that they've gone through that's stored in our cells. Because again, we are living, even scientifically, we know that everything has recycled. So from an atom to that is today, wherever it is, it's something that's been recycled from the beginning of time. So all of this is an accumulation, because we continue to recycle. The water recycle, everything, the breath that we breathe, everything recycles here, okay? So when we remember this, it becomes more easier to digest, to understand that also everything that has happened to our ancestors, also an energy that recycles. It's just how open you are to receive more dimensions, which I feel many of you here that are here are in tune with that. But this Empress energy and this full energy that is leaping forward, look at this in the right middle here. You have the joy. So you have this yellow color that is joy. And also it's your solar plexus. So it's connecting you with your, this is our will. And this is the center of our solar plexus is our will to express, our will to develop something. And with the King of Swords, and this has been returning, that there's something with governments, because governments are also transmuting and they're dissolving, because they're also changing, but still there are many patterns for some of you that is connecting to the past. So it can be something connected to your past. So maybe this month, for some of you, you will have some governmental paper that you need to fill out, or you need to be somewhere and you feel like, oh, this is unnecessary. Why is this happening? If that is happening to you, don't be alarmed. This is from the past. This is from your past ancestral, and you have to clean something up. So just stay with it, whatever happens, and release it. Because again, with this Aries and going forward, when this energy tries to challenge you, it's not a bad thing. It's challenging you, and it's spirit saying, we are here with you. The owl is looking straight at what is happening in this situation. So when you're moving forward, you're fully protected. So when this governmental, or you feel like you're losing control, stay in your power, because your power is always within yourself. It's never outside of you. So whatever happens outside of you, it's a reminder that this is from the past, and this is something that needs to be transmuted. And if you're the one that needs to transmute this energy, see it as an honor to do so, because spirit will never give us, God, however you want to call it, universe, will never give you a task that you can't handle. So you're in the present moment that you can handle this. And why I'm saying that you don't have to worry about this, because we have the sun. The sun card is ultimately joy and happiness and fulfillment, and it is a positive outcome. So whatever happens with this government, whatever happens with you standing in your power, it's going to be positive. It's just the energy that keeps coming back here with the Knight of Swords is, don't rush in to be reckless. As in, when we understand something, that this ignorance, not the ignorance, it's the wrong word, I apologize, that the arrogance of oneself becomes, again, as we spoke of, that the super ego doesn't enter here and wants to prove something. Because even if you know a few things, we have to stay humble. We have to stay compassion. And I feel like this is the energy here. We are in the Aries, and it's very fiery, but it's not fighting. So just as this picture, look at this crow stands there. Usually the picture is that he is running with the sword in his hand. Even the horse looks nervous. Where are we going? What is happening? Even the horse is freaking out, like you're being too reckless right now. So the mind is attacking everything that it sees in its way. But in this card, the Knight of Swords, what is happening here? The shield is down. The sword is on the ground. And this crow is surrounded by grass. And on top of that, a bunch of trees. So it feels like this crow is very peaceful. It is a very peaceful death of letting go and not fighting, exactly what we've been going through now here. It's so nice to have these cards as confirmations that it's not a place of standing and fighting. And Aries is very strong, but it's more of having compassion and understanding that there's no winners or losers here. It is just something that needs to transmute. And you're so excited going on to this journey in your present moment that you're moving forward peacefully here, which is very wonderful. So you will get out of this. But if things happen this month that is connecting with governments, because it has returned, it is completely natural. It's something that needs to be cleared out here from the past. It will work itself out. It's a positive outcome, regardless of how it looks in the external, in the moment. Stay calm. And again, stay in your own authority. You be the power within you. You be that, because this is what it's asking of you. This is the energy that you will hold for this month. But not stay in the mind of being too cold and cutting, more staying in the mind of knowing what to do in every moment. Because if you listen to that inner voice, if you hear it in your quietness, everything will work out fine. But if you keep standing in sounds and voices and hearing this negative and being disconnected from your Empress energy, from your feminine, then being in this unbalance creates friction. But I don't see that being a problem, because when we move forward to what is happening in the future here for you, it's a little bit of future prediction, but mostly for the month and moving ahead. I don't want to move too far ahead, because everything can shift and change. As I said in this channel, even if you can predict the future, the possibilities constantly change, that even if it's correct now, it becomes incorrect later on. So predicting a month ahead, that's okay. That's as far as I can go as a reader, or I want to go as a reader of energies. And going here to the future energy, you have the Six of Swords. So you're finally moving on from this past energy. It is transcending, and in your present moment, you're working with this rocking movement of forward and backwards, and just feeling yourself through this new ground that is undiscovered, but yet remembering what Spirit has taught you. So you've been here before, you've been practicing here before, you know this space. So Six of Swords is that you're being pulled by all of these crows to move forward. Now all of a sudden these crows are helping you, and it is a beautiful help, because you are being connected with energies that is beneficial for you. You have to leave everything behind. So there is this energy that needs to be left behind. There are people, places, things that needs to be let go of in order to feed into this new beginning. You need that energy to continue forward. And there is a connection here, because we have the past. See here, the past is coming up here. There is something in the past, so you're letting go of things from the past. So there's been an energy of you holding on. In the future, you will see that there are energies that you're holding on to that is no longer needed. So you are finally transmuting that energy and letting it go. And here again, with the Two of Six, we are looking here, and these are connected with love and relationship, pure intention, let your garden down, and balance sexuality. And this is perfect when it says here balance sexuality, because I think that when we are in the spiritual path, it's so difficult to be in the spiritual path and in the physical, and knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is in your journey, what is right for you, because we're all different. So what is right for you might not be right for someone else, or for a religion that you are probably born in for some of you. But again, what I'm saying here is that this dark, if someone says to you as a mother figure that we don't do that, how can you act like that, it's not correct, everything is correct for you the way that you see it in your future, because it is your life and your journey. And sometimes we can have this energy push from our ancestor that they wanted to go in a certain direction. What is important here is that you're supposed to give your energy, you're supposed to give your essence, and then to transform the knowledge and everything that they had in your way to make it unique for you. And that's ultimately what you leave. And then you continue to give forward. This is how we give in forward with everything that we're creating within ourselves. So it's not taking the old and making the old. Grandma and grandpa did this, and the old generation did this, and I'm going to continue doing the same thing. No, you're supposed to take everything that the past generations have learned, even if you know them or don't know them, it doesn't matter. It's an energy that lives inside of us, of everything that we know. And this is what's happening here in the future. You're finally here in the Queen of Wands energy, where your creativity has been balanced. Because in the recent past, in these readings, we've had a lot of balancing energy of being too much of something and less of something, creating this unbalance of overindulgence or whatever it might be. It always has pointed to that there is no balance. And what happens here with the Queen of Wands is finally your creativity, because many of you have opened up the door to creativity because you've been unbalanced before, and you're stepping into spirit from the past here, recent past, and in your present moment, you are disconnected a little bit from your intuition, but you've been on this ground before, and you've learned how your creativity is. For many of you, I see this, that you've been super creative, and then you're not creative at all. And then there comes an outburst and you're super creative, and then you're not creative at all. And you might think that something's wrong with you. Why am I not doing this? There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that because something is coming in, it's this energy of rocking back and forth, like in this rocking chair. You're rocking back and forth until it is this perfect. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's just this beautiful rocking motion that becomes natural. When you have reached that balance, if I can use this analogy that comes through here, is that when you are in this balance, that's when you can balance everything with your creativity. It comes naturally, and there is a rhythm to it. It comes into this rhythm. But before that, it's just a little bit, it's jacking up, and it's like, it's not stable, and it's rocking too much. It's rocking too little, and now it's still, and it's okay. It's just this emotion that you're in the present moment. It's completely natural. So in the Queen of Wands energy, in the future here for you, you are embodying your sexuality, you're embodying your creativity, you're understanding this balance that all of these aspects need to have an outburst in whatever direction it needs to be. It can be from, in the higher aspects, a Kundalini awakening, when you're raising your energy all the way up. It can be from a lower aspects, from the underworld, where you are exploring your sexuality because it's been suppressed. So in both of these aspects, there is no right or wrong. It is an opening from down and up. So none of them are better or worse. It's just that wherever you are, whatever blockages that you have in your chakras, that needs to open. So if it's a blocking down, then even if you are in the highest state, it can go through. The Kundalini cannot rise completely all the way to the top. So all of them needs to be as a channel open from up down, okay? So that's for some of you to understand. So there's nothing that you've missed a step or something is wrong. Everything is naturally. And I really want to say that for some of you here with your sexuality, just express it freely. It is okay. The Page of Cups is here, which is saying that all possibilities, all imagination can come true, because that's the energy that you're in. So if anyone is saying the opposite, you don't even have to listen to them. And if someone is saying it where it comes from the past, where that cannot happen, that is imagination. Everything is imagination. Everything is a dream. That's why we say dreams come true, because they can do that. It is possibly physically, we can draw in something from another dimension and create it here in our physical reality. We have the ability to do so. You are a creator. When you are in your creative energy, as here, you can create realities. You can create with your energy that you're pulling up. You can create with your sexual energy. We can create in so many different ways. It's just that if we're not in balance, then there are consequences from the lower worlds, okay? From as below, so above. When we're creating from above, we always consider everyone else. And in that way, you always win. For many of you, you're here. So everything is possible. It's just a very loving energy. It's a loving energy entering here. For many of you, there's a King of Cups coming in here. For some of you that are female energies, so if you are a female, there is a man that is emotionally stable that's going to enter your life. And please give that person a chance. I want to say this for many of you, because in this card here, it is about that this is a pure intention, because in your present moment, you are the sun, you are in your pure essence. So in this month, if you're connecting with someone that's very stable and very loving, give them a chance, because this is going to be beautiful. So open up yourself to this possibility, because I think that for many of you, this is a past person from the past, that even if you haven't seen them in this lifetime, you've seen them in the past life. For some of you, if you already met this person from the past that is coming through here, it is that these energy are being transmuted, and there's finally a balance and understanding of one another's attention here. So I love this this connection here with a fiery woman and a watery man, because water and fire are so opposite, but they can complement each other so well if they're both balanced. And that's why I feel like it is they can never overindulge each other if they are in the higher aspects with each other. If they're in the lower aspects, they will never be satisfied with one another. So I definitely feel here with this combination, with these two cards, is that this partnership is it's balanced in its sexuality, but it's also balanced in its spirituality. It's very pure. It's very connected and very given. So this is what's happening in the recent future for you guys. It's a very beautiful energy, and it ties down to the past. So we're working with ancestral energy, and I want to see in your present moment, which master is with you here in this present moment for this full moon in Aries. What energy is present here? With the King of Swords energy, for all that are watching this video, we have the Shekinah, the sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts down to the sacred rhythm of life. Look at that. It is the motherly aspect of God, okay? And this is, for some of you, she is from, the Shekinah is from Hebrew, I feel. So if you have that also in as your religion standpoint first, again, for all of you, you are really connecting with this beautiful aspect of the female, the sacred God's female aspect of itself. It's just, wait, there's something coming through here. In your present moment, just whatever is happening, even if it can be difficult, you need to trust it. Even if something looks dark, it's not what it seems. That's what's coming through. Even if it's dark, our undercard is Kalima, so facing your fear. So something that if you're afraid of something, when you look at it, it becomes less intimidating. Then if you close your eyes and the imagination can go wild. Like what they're trying to say with this energy is that it's not as bad as you think. Just look at it clearly so that you can see it, and you'll see that it's not that intimidating, because the power is always inside of you. I love that message. I want to see 2 angel cards here. I'm going to put one in the past and try to see one in the future. For this month ahead, for all that are viewing this channel right now, the message for the recent past, angel message. Angel of support. See, when you were going through all of these difficulties and you maybe didn't ask physically, oh God, please help me, but your soul was asking for direction. And when we ask for direction, really, the direction is inside of you, but it's kind of like God within you is asking another part to reflect to you what you need to see, because you already have the answers within you. But sometimes we need to reflect it back to ourselves. And this is how the support came. The support from higher lights, downloads came, but it's truly yourself giving yourself the answer, if that makes sense. But I see winged beings as the same here with the dove, something with peace, something with winged beings that you already know, you're already connected to, but because it is a forgetting and remembering, and so you're asking your higher self, can help me to remember what I already know, basically. It's like, I feel like they're laughing at you, but in a cute way, like, oh, look at them, they're struggling. Look at them, they're struggling, but it's not really a big deal of a struggle, but they think that it is a big deal, and they're kind of laughing like in a cute way. I feel this cute energy that I'm connecting with. And it's valid. Everything that you're going through is valid. I'm just reading the energy. The energy is very, very beautiful. Okay, so in the future here, it's a positive time to transform and heal, okay? So there are some these addiction patterns that was very addicting in different ways that needs to heal, and this is what is healing. So there's something from the past, so it can be a passed down generational addiction that it really isn't yours, but it is yours to transmute, and you have the strength and you have this understanding. The same way with the Queen of Wands here, over sexuality or under stimulus, that you're holding yourself away from that, and it's blocking your creativity. The same way there. It can be however it resonates for you here. I'm just picking out the energy that are mainly here. The same way with the King of Cups is emotions that were not processed from the past, that are stuck in the mind. And you know, the mind is a box, so you can never get out of the mind or have a deeper understanding. So you really need to dive into the emotions, which you're doing here in the in the future here, you will understand everything that happened in the past had a meaning, and to tie it into your future self here is that this healing of addiction pattern needs to happen, and it happens when you understand this. So it's a beautiful, your undercard here is Goddess of Awakening. So it's a wonderful time to explore romance and creativity. See, it's just, it's a beautiful connection coming in for you here this month. So stay open, because it will happen a lot of things in the governmental level, and this can affect us in different levels. So you don't have to think about that it's going to be personal for you, because we're also going through this collectively. So it's a very collectively energy. But again, it is that we all have different stories, but they are same in their origin. So the energy imprint of all the stories connected here are the same. So we are connecting in that way, and therefore we are more compassionate. So this is what happens in this month for you. I hope that this message helps you, of course, to move forward. It looks very positive, but again, to understand yourself is to understand the other also. So keep on staying compassionate when you are in this Aries energy, which can be very, very fiery and very determined. Stay determined, but also balanced, which I believe that many of you are here. So I thank you all for being here. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, and for clicking back to this channel and letting me know that these messages are helpful. It is an honor to read for you, and it is an honor to have you in here. So as always, have a wonderful day. Sending love your way, everyone. Bye.